Have you ever felt like you're standing in front of 1,000 doors, desperately hoping one will open, but none of them do? What if I told you the door you're trying so hard to find has already been chosen for you, not by chance, but by the Creator Himself? And what if the only thing stopping that door from opening isn't God's timing, but your trust in it? Main content rewrite, expanded and natural flow. Don't be discouraged, my friend. The doors you've been chasing after, the ones you're praying for, crying over, and losing sleep about, they're not hidden. They're not lost. They've already been chosen by God. The journey you're on, the steps you're taking, even the delays you didn't expect, every bit of it is part of His divine and loving plan. If you could fully grasp the peace that comes from resting in His sovereignty, you'd stop striving so hard. You would stop dragging the weight of fear and anxiety behind you. You would simply trust because God is for you, not against you. In His perfect wisdom, God has already positioned the right doors in your path. It's not about what you can see right now or what you believe you can control. It's about letting go and allowing the Almighty to lead the way. So ask yourself, why are you still worrying? Why are you so anxious? Why are you pushing against something that's already been divinely decided? Too many of us spend years, even decades, fighting for doors that were never meant for us to enter. We knock and knock on gates that were never intended to open. But here's the truth, child of God, the doors He has appointed for you are already set in place. You don't need to earn them. You don't need to beg for them. You just need to trust that when the time is right, they will open. Wide and without resistance. Because when God opens a door, no one can shut it. And when He shuts one, no man, no circumstance, no force can pry it open again. That's the power of His will. Listen closely. The struggles you're facing, the uncertainty that keeps you awake at night, the questions without answers, they're not pointless. They're part of a greater divine purpose. A puzzle you can't yet see the full picture of. God is not waiting for your help to find the right door. He's waiting for your faith, for your obedience. You must trust in the divine orchestration of your life. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is random. Your pain, your victories, your delays, they're all threads in a tapestry being woven with precision and grace. You don't have to understand every detail. You just have to trust the one who holds the key to every door you will ever need. There's an old saying, God's timing is always perfect. And yes, maybe it's been said so often that it feels cliche, but if you've ever truly experienced His timing, you know it's more than a phrase. It's a promise. We often think we know best. We want instant answers and fast results. But God sees the whole picture, beginning to end, and He knows what you need before you even ask. So stop striving to open doors on your own. Let go. Trust that the ones meant for you will open at the exact moment you're ready for them. A closed door isn't a rejection. It's a redirection. It's God whispering, not this one. I have something better. Don't cry over doors that have shut. Don't waste energy on what's already behind you. What's ahead in God's plan is far greater than anything you've lost. Fix your eyes on Him. Trust the path beneath your feet and take a moment to look around. Are you noticing the doors that are already open in your life? Are you thanking God for the blessings He's already poured out? So many of us are waiting, hoping, praying for the next big breakthrough that we miss the quiet, powerful miracles right in front of us. The doors God opens don't always come with flashing lights and confetti. Sometimes they appear quietly, subtly, but they are no less divine. If God has chosen a door for you, whether loud or silent, it is the right door, always. You might be sitting there today feeling like your hope is fading, your dreams slipping away. But trust me when I say this, God hasn't forgotten you. He's just asking you to trust His timing. And now as we move forward, let's take a deeper look at what happens after the door opens or doesn't. What is God trying to teach us in those waiting seasons? What should we do while we wait? Let's talk about that next. In the last part, we discovered that the doors God has chosen for us are already in place. Quiet or grand, they're part of His perfect plan. Now let's take a deeper breath and lean into this truth. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. But let me reassure you again. right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where God wants you to be. He hasn't forgotten about you. He hasn't overlooked you. Even if you feel unseen, unheard, or uncertain, He sees you, and the doors He's chosen for your life, they're being prepared as we speak. So trust Him. Trust that while your eyes may not see anything shifting, God is moving in ways beyond your understanding. He's arranging, designing, orchestrating every detail. He's not late. He's not idle. He's setting the stage for a breakthrough that will not only surprise you, it will leave you in awe. You don't need to solve everything like a puzzle. God's plan isn't some secret code you have to crack. It's not meant to confuse you. It's a promise, one that you're called to believe in, not break down. There is a peace, unlike anything this world can offer, that comes from knowing God is in control. And yes, He has already chosen your doors. You don't need to force them open. You only need to walk in faith, step by step. Don't fear the unknown. Don't lose sleep over tomorrow. The Lord, the same God who parted seas and moved mountains, is guiding your every step. You're not walking blind. You're walking by faith, and He is leading you to the very doors He set aside for you long ago. Let go. Let go of the pressure you're carrying. Let go of the burden to figure it all out. Release the need to control every outcome, because when God is the one opening doors in your life, you will walk through them with a confidence that the world can't shake. And with every step, you'll feel a peace that surpasses understanding. Friend, you are not in this alone. You never were. God is walking this journey with you. He goes before you, clearing the path. He is the one who opens doors no man can shut and shuts doors no man can force open. That is His authority, and it's working on your behalf. So rest in Him, lean into Him. Trust in the one who already knows the ending of your story. Because when His time comes, and it will come, He will open those doors wide. And when you walk through, you'll know deep in your soul, this wasn't your doing, this was God. His thoughts are higher than yours. His ways greater than your imagination. So trust Him. Keep holding on to His plan. Now ask yourself this: what if, just what if, the reason the door hasn't opened yet is because He's still working on you? Maybe the delay isn't denial, maybe it's development. He could be shaping your character, strengthening your faith, deepening your patience, preparing your heart so that when the door swings open, you'll walk through it not just ready, but refined. Because some doors require a stronger version of you to carry the blessing on the other side. And sometimes waiting is the training ground for the strength you'll need in the next season. But always remember this: God's timing is never flawed. Even when it seems like nothing is moving, God is behind the scenes, shifting circumstances, moving hearts, aligning people and moments for your good. So instead of stressing about what you can't control, start trusting what God has already done. The doors He's chosen for you, they will open. The way that looks impossible, He's already made it. All you need to do is trust. As you stand before what feels like the unknown, remember this truth: God is not a man that He should lie. His promises are real. His word is unshakable. If God said He will open the door, He will. If He said that door is yours, then nothing can steal it. You don't have to manipulate, force, or beg. You simply need to walk in faith, trusting that His plan is higher and better than your own. The fear that whispers in your ear, it's not from God. The anxiety that tightens your chest, it's not from Him either. He's already chosen your doors. Now He's calling you to walk, boldly, bravely, believing. The door He has chosen will not only open, it will lead you straight into your God-given destiny. And when that moment comes, not a single person on this earth can close what God has opened. So rest, trust, keep walking, because your doors are already set in place, and they will open right on time. Now that we understand God's perfect placement and timing, there's one more key truth we must hold on to: how to wait with peace and purpose when nothing seems to be happening. Let's explore that next. We've seen how trusting God's timing and surrendering control opens our hearts to His perfect plan. Now let's talk about what happens when those doors finally begin to open, and what it truly means to walk through them with faith. Yes, those doors will open, and when they do, you will step through with a heart full of peace and a soul anchored in the knowledge that God went before you. That moment of breakthrough won't come by your strength or by chance. It will come because His will for your life is being fulfilled, step by step. You see, God doesn't follow our timelines. He doesn't operate under the pressure of deadlines, impatience, or the demands of our limited understanding. His ways are so much higher than ours, His wisdom so much deeper. What feels delayed to us is divine timing to Him. The doors He's preparing for you, they're not just chances or lucky moments. They're deliberate, purposeful parts of His greater plan to shape you into exactly who He created you to be. Every moment of waiting, every tear shed in silence, every season of uncertainty, it's all part of the transformation process. Because God isn't only preparing the door, He's also preparing you to walk through it. And when it finally opens, you won't walk in fear, you'll walk in boldness. You'll step into that new chapter with strength, confidence, and a faith so deep it can't be shaken. Because you'll know He's been with you the whole way. Here's the truth that may surprise you. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, even if it feels like nothing is moving. Even if the door still seems firmly shut. Remember this, God is never late, He's never early. He always shows up right on time. As the book of Isaiah reminds us, His thoughts are not our thoughts, and His ways are not our ways. So when the anxiety creeps in, when your heart begins to race with doubt, pause, and remember, God is already at work behind the scenes. He's moving in the unseen, rearranging situations, shifting hearts, aligning paths, all to lead you to that divine door He's already chosen. Don't let fear make you miss what God is doing right now. Don't let doubt distract you from the quiet miracles happening all around you. Because here's something the enemy doesn't want you to know. The delay doesn't mean denial. In fact, the enemy's greatest tactic is to make you believe that God has forgotten you, that He's changed His mind, that your prayers have gone unheard. But hear this truth loud and clear. The enemy is a liar. God has already chosen your doors, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Scripture says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope." That's not just a promise, that's a declaration. And when God speaks, it's already as good as done. His promises don't depend on your perfection. They're rooted in His character, unwavering, faithful, and eternal. So stop staring at the mountain in front of you. Stop measuring the height of your obstacles. Instead, lift your eyes and start seeing with faith. The door may not be open yet, but the foundation is being built. You're being molded in the fire, strengthened in the waiting, refined through every setback. God is preparing you, not just for any opportunity, but for the right one. And when that moment comes, you'll understand that the journey, the struggle, the waiting, it was all necessary to get you ready. Let's be honest, there are seasons in life where it feels like every door is shut tight. Maybe you've knocked for years. Maybe you've been turned away again and again. And now, maybe you're starting to lose hope. But hear me, child of God. There is a door waiting for you that is beyond anything you can imagine. It's bigger than your biggest dream. It's more glorious than your most heartfelt prayer. Because God's plans don't match your expectations. They exceed them. What you think you need is small compared to what He's already prepared. And when that door opens, it will be far more than you ever asked, thought, or even imagined. It won't just be a door. It will be a door of destiny, a door of divine opportunity, a door that leads to transformation, purpose, and blessing. So don't listen to the enemy's whispers anymore. Don't let doubt drown out the gentle voice of God still speaking to your heart, because God has already chosen your doors. Your steps are ordered, and your breakthrough is on the way. Now that we've uncovered how God prepares both the door and you, let's look ahead. How do you keep your heart steady and your faith strong while you wait? What should you do in the in-between? Let's find out together. We've talked about trusting God's plan and how every delay is filled with purpose. But here's something even deeper. Your entire journey, every step, has already been seen, known, and guided by God Himself. Your journey is not random, it's not chaotic, it's not without meaning. It is known to God, Every twist, every turn, every season of waiting. Nothing in your life has happened by accident. Nothing has slipped past his loving eyes. As Psalm 37:23 reminds us, the steps of a man are established by the Lord when he delights in his way. That means every step you've taken, even the ones that felt unsure, have been guided by his hand, even when you couldn't see it, even when you didn't feel it. He has been there, quietly directing your path, gently leading you closer to the very doors he has chosen for you. So rest in that divine orchestration. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And God is setting everything into place for his perfect plan to unfold in your life. There's no reason to worry, no need to stress. The God who formed the stars also formed your future, and he is faithful. Here's something powerful. The doors he has chosen for you are not dependent on your performance, your effort, or your worthiness. They're rooted in his love for you. He knows what you need, even better than you do, and he knows when you'll need it. Romans 8:28 speaks a truth we can cling to. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Every single thing, every open door, every closed one, every delay, every breakthrough is working together for your good. So stop striving in your own strength. Stop exhausting yourself trying to force open doors that were never yours to begin with. It's time to rest in the promises of God. This isn't a lazy kind of faith, it's an active trust. You don't have to earn his favor. You don't have to prove yourself worthy. Jesus already finished the work on the cross. Your role now is to believe, to trust, to wait with an expectant heart, knowing God is faithful to complete what he started. Even now, his plan is unfolding, and the doors he opens in your life will become living testimonies of his grace, power, and love. But listen closely. Don't waste the in-between. Don't overlook the waiting season. Don't treat it as a pause. Treat it as preparation. This is the time to grow your faith, to deepen your relationship with God, to practice trust, because the journey itself is a gift. In this journey, in the silent moments, in the stillness, you learn to hear his voice. You begin to know his heart more intimately. Every moment of waiting is equipping you for what's ahead. So while you wait, pray, praise, trust. God is with you in the waiting, and this waiting is working something in you, shaping you for the doors he's preparing. Never forget, there is no door too big for God to open. There is no barrier too strong for him to break. Your circumstances do not limit the Almighty. When the moment comes, and it will, that door will swing wide, and you will step into a season of favor, blessing, and breakthrough so powerful, others will be amazed at what God has done. You don't have to know how. You don't have to see when, because it's not about how, it's about who. Trust the one who knows the way, the one who wrote the script of your life from beginning to end. His plan is perfect, his plan is good, and his plan will never fail. Beloved, remember this. God is not bound by time. He's not bound by limitations. His perspective is eternal. He sees the beginning, the middle, and the end all at once. His view is panoramic. What may look like a closed door today might be the very hinge that opens to a bigger breakthrough tomorrow. God's timing is flawless and his authority is final. As Revelation 3:7 declares, what he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open. You are in the hands of a sovereign God, one who is aligning all things, moving every piece into perfect position according to his divine will. So don't fear, don't panic, don't try to force your way through every obstacle. Instead, trust the process, because even in the process, he is present. Now that we've learned to trust in the timing and power of God's hand, let's go one step further. How do we recognize his voice and stay aligned with his will as we wait? Let's explore that next. We've reflected on God's perfect timing and his panoramic view of your life. Now let's revisit a truth that's both comforting and foundational. You are known, seen, and led by the hand of God, even in the quiet, uncertain seasons. Your journey is fully known to him. Every step, every delay, every closed door, none of it is by accident. Psalm 37:23 tells us, "The steps of a man are established by the Lord, and he delights in his way." That means even when you don't feel God's presence, even when your path seems unclear, God is still guiding every single move. He's gently steering you toward the doors He Himself has already chosen. Trust in that divine orchestration. You're not wandering aimlessly. You're not forgotten in a crowd. You are exactly where you need to be, placed with precision by a God who sees the end from the beginning. And right now, He is arranging everything behind the scenes to fulfill His perfect plan in your life. So release the stress. Let go of the worry. Your Heavenly Father is faithful, and His promises never fail. Here's something freeing. The doors He has chosen for you are not based on how much you've achieved, how perfect you've been, or how hard you've tried. They are chosen based on one thing: His love for you. He knows exactly what you need. He knows exactly when you'll need it. His timing is not random. It is perfect. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. All things. Every door, every detour, every disappointment, every victory, they're all working together for your good. Even when you can't see the progress, God is working. So stop striving in your own strength. Stop trying to kick open doors that were never meant to open. It's time to rest in His promises. It's time to trust that the doors He has picked for your life will open at exactly the right time. This isn't passive faith. This is active trust. You don't need to prove yourself to God. You don't need to earn His approval. Jesus has already done the work on the cross. The price is paid. The path is open. Your only role is to believe, to trust, and to wait with hope in your heart. Even right now, as you wait, God's plan is unfolding, and every door He opens will declare His goodness and His faithfulness. But please, don't waste the waiting. Don't treat this season like it's a pause between real life. This season is real. It's purposeful. It's preparing you. So as you wait, pray with intention. Praise with joy. Trust with your whole heart. God is walking with you in the waiting. He's using this time to build your strength for what's ahead, for the great doors He has already marked with your name. And remember this powerful truth: there is no door too big for God to open, no barrier too strong for Him to break, no limitation in your life that can block His hand. When the time is right, the door will swing open, and you will step into a new season of favor, blessing, and purpose that will leave people in awe of what God has done in you. You don't need to figure out how. You don't need a blueprint, because it's not about how, it's about who. The one who holds the keys, the one who knows the way, the one whose plan never fails. Let me remind you, dear one, God isn't bound by time, space, or circumstance. His view of your life is panoramic, a full, complete picture. He sees the beginning, the middle, and the end all at once. So even when a door appears closed today, it might just be the very thing that opens tomorrow's breakthrough. His timing is perfect, always. As Revelation 3:7 declares, what He opens, no one can shut, and what He shuts, no one can open. You are not wandering. You are not delayed. You are in the hands of a sovereign God, a God who is moving all things into place according to His divine will. So don't fear, don't panic, don't rush ahead. Trust the process, because even in the waiting, even in the silence, God is faithful, and His ways are always higher than ours. Now that you know how deeply God is involved in every step of your journey, let's take it further. What does it look like to live in full alignment with His plan, even when the outcome is still unknown? Let's explore this together in the next part. We've learned to trust the process and rest in God's panoramic view of our lives. But what happens when our impatience takes over? What if, instead of waiting well, we rush ahead? That's where we often miss the very beauty God is trying to unfold. When we try to take matters into our own hands, pushing, forcing, manipulating, we don't speed up God's plan. We only delay it. The doors God has chosen for you were never meant to be bargained for or fought over. They're not prizes you earn through performance. They're not opportunities to be pried open with pressure. They are gifts, perfect, purposeful gifts from a loving Father. And like every gift from above, they come at the right moment. But when we rush, when we strive, when we allow anxiety to dictate our steps, we often miss the beauty that comes from trusting God's perfect timing. So I invite you now, my friend, pause, breathe, let go of the worry, lay down the fear, release your grip on the timeline, surrender to the one who holds time in his hands. You don't need to force the door open. You simply need to trust the one who knows when and how to open it. Yes, the fear of waiting can be paralyzing. You may feel like your future is slipping through your fingers, but I promise you this, your destiny is never slipping from God's hands. He's already written your path. He's already chosen your doors. He's already prepared the way ahead. Your job isn't to obsess over which doors are opening or closing. Your job is to keep moving forward in faith. Keep praying, keep trusting, keep believing. And as you do, God will walk with you through every valley, climb with you over every mountain, and carry you through every trial. When the time is right, and only when you are ready, the door will open. Because God is not only concerned with the destination, He's focused on the transformation that happens along the way. Hebrews 11 verse 1 gives us this anchor. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. You may not see it yet. You may feel like nothing is moving, but trust me, that's often when God is working the most. He's not silent. He's strategic. He's preparing, refining, building, all behind the scenes. And while it looks like nothing is happening on the outside, He is doing His deepest work on the inside. Your breakthrough won't come when you force it. It won't come through striving or stress. It will come through surrender, through trusting in a way that says, God, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know you do. Let go of the how, let go of the when. You don't have to figure it all out because God already has. This journey you're walking is about more than reaching a final goal. It's about learning to trust in a God who does the impossible. He's the God who spoke the universe into existence, the one who parts seas, moves mountains, and calls dead things to life. There is no door too difficult for Him to open, no chain too thick for Him to break, no timeline too complicated for Him to redeem. So let your heart rest in this assurance. God's plan is greater than any plan you could ever create. Every step you take, every moment you wait, is part of His divine preparation. Don't let your mind be consumed by fear and doubt. Let it be filled with the peace that comes from knowing the Creator of the universe is working for you. And the doors He chooses, they will lead you into His perfect will. No force in this world can stand against it. His plan is flawless. His timing is impeccable. And His love for you, unwavering, unshakable, eternal. There is power in waiting on God's timing. Even when it feels like you're standing still, you are actually being positioned. Every single day that you wait on the Lord builds your faith, shapes your character, prepares you for the work He's about to unleash in your life. Think of a seed buried beneath the soil. At first, it seems like nothing is happening, but below the surface, roots are forming, strength is building, life is beginning. That's what this season is, a divine planting. The process may feel slow, but the harvest will be abundant. When the right door opens, you will not only be ready, you will walk through it with a boldness and clarity that could only come from knowing God prepared you every step of the way. Now that you've learned to surrender the how and the when, let's take one more powerful step. How can you stay rooted in faith even in long seasons of silence? Let's discover together. We've explored the power of surrender, letting go of our need to control and trusting God's timing. But now let's anchor ourselves in an even deeper truth. When God makes a promise, it is already fulfilled in heaven. Our job is simply to walk in faith until we see it unfold on earth. God's promises to you are not tentative, conditional, or uncertain. They are yes and amen. When God speaks, it is done. When He opens a door, no one can shut it. So then, why do we worry? Why do we stress and strive, tossing and turning in the night? It's because we forget. We forget who He is. We forget the truth of His sovereignty. But friend, let this be your gentle reminder. God is not far away. He is near. He is not distant or disconnected. He is intimately involved in every detail of your life. You are not walking this road alone. In fact, you have never walked alone. God has been beside you the whole time, guiding your steps, lighting your path, preparing your heart for what's next. And when the right door opens, and it will be so clear, so undeniably divine, that you'll have no doubt it was his hand that opened it. It won't feel forced. It won't feel rushed. It will feel right. And so I encourage you right here, right now, to let go. Let go of the fears, the doubts, the what-ifs, the timelines you've clung to. Let go of your need to control every outcome. Let go of your inner urgency to make things happen. Instead, trust that the door God has for you will open, not a second too early, not a moment too late. It will open when your heart is ready, when your spirit is aligned with His will, when you have been prepared to carry the weight of the blessing that lies ahead. The waiting you're in right now, it's not wasted. It is sacred ground, a season of refining, of stretching, of transformation. God is preparing you for something greater than what you can see today. And when that door finally swings open, you'll walk into a future that's more fulfilling, more glorious, and more abundant than anything you could have planned. So rest in Him. Trust in Him. He is the one who chose your doors, and He is the one who will open them. And don't let the enemy tell you otherwise. Satan would love nothing more than to convince you that your doors are sealed shut, that you've missed your moment, that your future is uncertain and lost. But those are lies. The truth is, your doors are already open in the spiritual realm, and all that is required now is your faith and your obedience. As long as you trust in Him, walk with Him, and listen to His voice, He will lead you, not blindly but clearly, into every door He has prepared. You're not fumbling around in the dark, unsure of the next step. No, the path is lit by His word, a lamp unto your feet. It's not your job to worry about whether the door will open. It's your job to walk confidently toward it, knowing that God will bring you to the right one at the right time. And while it may feel like you're standing still in this season, know this: God is never idle. He is always working. He is actively molding your character, shaping your heart, deepening your endurance. Every delay is part of divine preparation. Every pause is a positioning. Every quiet moment is building spiritual strength within you. So don't see this as frustration, see it as formation. You are being made ready. And in order to trust God's process, you must be willing to release your grip on the outcome. We try to plan every detail. We create timelines, schedules, visions, and then when things don't unfold as we imagined, we panic. But beloved, hear this truth. God does not need your plan. He needs your trust. He doesn't need your control. He needs your surrender. Because His plan is greater than anything you could draw up. And His timing is flawless, more perfect than any timeline you could ever set. There is freedom in surrender. A peace that comes when you finally stop trying to hold it all together. When you place your life into God's hands, you hand over the pressure too. And He, the one who holds the universe, becomes fully responsible for your future. And He is more than capable of leading you through every door He has already chosen for you. So now, with your heart resting in trust and your eyes fixed on His promises, what does it mean to walk boldly through the door when it finally opens? Let's prepare for that moment in the next section. As you surrender control and allow God to lead, you may still face doors that appear closed. But remember this: a closed door is not the end of the journey. In God's hands, it's the beginning of something greater. Don't look at closed doors as signs of defeat. Look at them as divine invitations. Invitations to trust God more deeply than ever before. You may feel like the breakthrough you've been praying for is locked behind a door that won't budge. But I promise you, God has already made a way. He is the God who creates a way when there seems to be no way. He is the one who speaks to impossibilities and turns them into testimonies. Think of the Israelites, standing helplessly between the Red Sea and Pharaoh's army, trapped, desperate, hopeless. But what happened? God parted the sea. He made a road where no road existed, and He led them safely through to the other side. Your situation may not involve armies or oceans, but your God is still the same. He will part the sea in your life. He will lead you through the wilderness, and He will bring you to the promised land. Every closed door, it's simply an invitation for God to open a better one. And when you embrace the truth that God has already chosen your doors, you begin to walk in confidence. You start moving with the boldness that comes from knowing his promises are real and unshakable. You no longer fear the unknown because the God you serve already knows the future. His word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Psalm 119:5. You're not walking in darkness. You're walking in the glow of God's presence. And with his sovereignty lighting the way, your success is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Philippians 1:6 reminds us, he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. What God started in you, he will finish. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are being led step by step, and every door meant for you will open right on time. It's in the moments of uncertainty that your faith is truly tested. When everything goes as planned, trusting God is easy. But when the doors stay shut, when the timeline stretches longer than expected, when silence replaces answers, that's where faith is forged. Don't allow the enemy to whisper lies that say you've been forgotten. Don't believe that God is indifferent to your pain, because even in the waiting, God is working. Even in the silence, he is moving. Even in the darkness, he is aligning everything for your good. Right now, he's positioning you for a divine appointment, one that will change your life at the perfect moment. And when that door opens, it won't just be another opportunity. It will be the door that leads you into the fullness of his purpose. Every promise he has spoken over your life will be fulfilled. So don't judge your circumstances, judge his word, because it never fails. Isaiah 55:11 tells us that God's word will not return void. His promises are as certain as the rising sun, and they are guaranteed by the blood of Jesus Christ. He has already said yes to the promises over your life. The doors are open in the spirit, and they are waiting for you to step into them. And when that moment comes, that door will be one of blessing, one of favor, one of breakthrough. It will lead you into everything God has been preparing you for. Some of you reading this right now are weary. You've waited a long time. You've prayed, fasted, cried, and still the door remains closed. But I urge you, don't give up. Don't grow weary in doing what is right. Galatians 6:9 says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. The door is just one step away, one moment of obedience, one day of faithfulness, one act of surrender. So keep pressing forward, keep trusting, keep believing. And when the door opens, and it will, you will step into the fullness of everything God has been shaping you for. He's seen the future. He's not shocked by your struggle. He knows what you're facing, and he's using it to shape the person he's called you to be. Your trials are not random. Your obstacles are not meaningless. They are part of the process. You are being refined, purified, and made stronger for the doors ahead. So now, as the door draws near and the preparation nears completion, let's prepare our hearts for what comes next, walking through the open door with boldness, gratitude, and faith. Let's talk about that. You've waited, you've believed, you've endured. Now it's time to lift your eyes and remember this truth. Every challenge you faced has been a setup, not a setback. God has been preparing you all along for the doors he is about to open. Trust this. Every trial, every challenge, every delay you've walked through was part of the preparation. God has been shaping you in the fire so that when the door opens, you don't walk through it weak or fearful. You walk through it bold, ready, and full of faith. And you will be ready. You will be positioned. You will take hold of everything God has set aside with your name on it. So keep your eyes fixed on him. Not the delay, not the door, not the timeline. Because the best is yet to come. The peace you need right now in this waiting season doesn't come from knowing all the answers. It comes from knowing that God has already chosen the doors. It comes from resting in his timing and walking in faith while he prepares the way. Don't be discouraged by what looks like a delay, because the delay is not denial. In fact, the delay is part of the blessing. When God finally opens that door, you'll look back and realize every prayer, every tear, every silent night was worth it. Because the doors he opens for you are the right doors. And they will lead you into a life overflowing with his grace, favor, and blessings you never imagined. So trust him today and walk boldly into the future he has already written for you. The world around you will scream, worry, panic, fear the unknown. But I'm here to remind you, fear is not your portion. Worry is not your inheritance. You are a child of the Most High God, and your future already secured. The doors God opens are not just random opportunities, they are divine appointments. Every door he unlocks leads to a purpose written in heaven just for you. You don't need to fight for what's already yours. You don't need to wrestle with uncertainty, because your God is a God of certainty, and his word is the solid rock beneath your feet. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the weight of trying to control what was never yours to carry. Jesus himself said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That's the promise. That's the peace. A rest that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on who holds your tomorrow. He has already chosen the doors. He has already walked ahead of you, and he is making your path straight. The reason we often fall into fear is that we forget to look up. We become consumed by what's happening around us and forget the one who stands beside us. But lift your eyes today. Fix them not on the challenge, but on the doorkeeper. Because these are not ordinary doors. Doors of victory, doors of purpose and breakthrough. And who holds the keys? Revelation 3:7 declares, "What he opens, no one can shut, and what he shuts, no one can open." The doors meant for you, they're already open in heaven, and no devil in hell can close them. In the silence, God is speaking. In the waiting, God is working. In the unseen, he is shifting everything into place. It's easy to doubt when nothing seems to change, but faith isn't about seeing, it's about trusting. Think of Joseph, forgotten in prison, overlooked by men, but not by God. God was using every quiet moment to prepare Joseph for the palace, and he's doing the same for you. Your season of waiting is not a waste. It is a divine workshop, a holy preparation ground. You are being molded. You are being fortified. You are being made into the person who will confidently walk through the doors only God could open. And when that day comes, and it won't just be a moment. It will be a miracle. A door so undeniable that all who see it will say, "Only God could have done this." So hold on. Stand strong. Keep your heart soft and your faith steady. Because your door, the one written by heaven, sealed by grace, and opened by God himself, is closer than you think. Now, get ready to walk through it. You've waited, you've trusted, you've grown. And now, as you step closer to the doors God has prepared, there's one powerful truth you must hold on to. It was never about you alone. It was always about his glory shining through you. The greatness of the door that opens for you, it's not for your glory. It's for God's glory. The blessings he's about to pour out in your life aren't just for your enjoyment. They are for the encouragement, inspiration, and salvation of others. God doesn't just bless you to bless you. He blesses you to use you. You are a vessel. You are a conduit of heaven's goodness, a channel through which his love will flow into the lives of those around you. In seasons of struggle, it's easy to feel forgotten. But let me speak this over your soul with full conviction. God has not forgotten you. His thoughts towards you are precious. His plans are intentional. Jeremiah 29:11 declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you a future and a hope." When God makes plans, he doesn't guess, he doesn't improvise, he designs. He's not just opening a door for you to walk through. He is leading you toward your destiny, one divine step at a time, in perfect timing. The key to unlocking that door? Trust. Trust in his sovereignty. Trust in his goodness. Trust that his thoughts are higher than yours. You may not understand the why. You may not see the full picture. But God is still working, even in the wilderness, even in the waiting, even in the weeping. He's taking the broken pieces and turning them into the platform from which his glory will shine. And that trust, that unwavering, deep-rooted trust, it's what makes the impossible possible. When you trust God, doors begin to open that no human effort could open. And when they open, you'll walk through with boldness, knowing this was God ordained. You can't afford to live your life in fear of missing the moment. You haven't missed it. You're not late. You're not off track. God has gone before you. He's prepared the path, and it's a path of victory. When you walk in the peace of God's control, fear no longer holds you hostage. Faith rises, mountains move, and you no longer live under the pressure of uncertainty. Instead, you live in the freedom of knowing that the doors God has chosen for you are already open, and nothing can stop His will. So breathe, release the fear, release the anxiety, step forward with boldness knowing His favor is upon you. His hand is guiding you. His plan is greater than your imagination. You are walking in divine favor, and the doors He opens will lead you into places you never thought possible. Trust His timing, trust His plan. The doors are open. It's time to walk through. But listen closely, child of God. Sometimes the delay isn't denial. Sometimes it's divine protection. Sometimes God closes a door not because you're unworthy, but because what's on the other side would have broken you. Sometimes He holds back an opportunity, not to punish you, but to preserve you. Don't curse the closed doors. Don't mourn what God has blocked. Rejoice, because the King of Glory sees what you can't see. What looked like rejection was actually redirection. What looked like failure was actually preparation for favor. He's not just opening any door, He's opening the right door. And yes, the enemy will whisper, "You've missed it. God has forgotten you. You're too late." But those are lies, because the devil is a liar and the father of lies. And your God, He's not bound by your clock. He is eternal. He is sovereign. He is always on time or mission. So walk forward, child of God, not with hesitation, but with holy confidence. Your doors are opening. Your breakthrough is coming. Your purpose is unfolding. This isn't just your moment, it's your mission. Now, step through the door and give God the glory. You've been prepared. You've been positioned. You've been promised. Now let this final truth sink deep into your spirit. God is never late, and what feels like delay is often divine design. God doesn't operate on your timelines. He exists outside of time, eternal, sovereign, all-knowing. What looks like a delay from your limited view is actually divine alignment. God is orchestrating details far beyond your comprehension, moving hearts, aligning people, arranging circumstances like pieces in a heavenly puzzle. And when everything is in place, the door will swing open without your striving. But here's the secret no one likes to hear. Some doors won't open until you are ready on the inside. God isn't just preparing the path for you, He's preparing you for the path. That's why the waiting feels long, because the weight of the blessing requires the strength of character to carry it. So don't despise the process. Don't curse the wilderness. Don't rush what God is refining. He is forming endurance in your spirit, humility in your heart, wisdom in your soul. He doesn't want you to just enter the room. He wants you to remain there, to thrive in the calling, to carry His glory, not just your goals. So let Him shape you now, so you can stand when the door opens later. And hear this loud and clear. You don't have to manipulate your way into what God has already prepared. The world says, climb, hustle, fight to get ahead. But heaven says, be still and know that I am God. The open doors of the Lord don't require force. They require faith. They don't need your panic. They need your praise. When God opens a door, you won't have to beg to enter. You'll walk in with peace. You'll step through with grace, because it will be obvious to you and everyone around you. This door was not man-made. This door was God-ordained. Understand the power of your Father. He doesn't just open doors, He creates them. He doesn't need a key. He is the key. When there's no path, He parts the waters. When there's no opportunity, He creates one from nothing. That's the kind of God you serve. Isaiah 43:19 declares, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" You may be searching for a door you've seen before, but God is creating something entirely new, something never seen before, and it has your name written in heaven's ink. So stop comparing. Stop scrolling through someone else's miracle. Their door is not your door. Their timing is not your timing. God didn't copy-paste your purpose. He custom designed it. You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where He needs you to be. Every experience, every heartbreak, every hard day, they are bricks in the foundation of the destiny God is building just for you. So don't envy someone else's breakthrough. Celebrate it. Because if God did it for them, He can do it for you. Your door is coming. Your appointed time is near. And when it opens, don't forget who kept you in the dark. Don't forget who whispered hope to you in the night. Don't forget who carried you when you wanted to quit. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was the mercy and faithfulness of God. Let your heart echo with gratitude. Let your breakthrough shout His glory. Because promotion doesn't come from man, it comes from the Lord. Every open door is an altar, a monument to His faithfulness. So when you walk through, walk humbly, walk boldly, walk knowing this: you were chosen for such a time as this. Don't let the silence between doors make you doubt God's voice. Silence doesn't mean absence. Some of the greatest moves of God happen in silence. The seed grows beneath the soil before it breaks through. God works in the dark before the light shines. While you are waiting, He is building. While you are praying, He is paving the way. And when the time is right, His time, not yours, that door will open. And you'll finally understand why the others didn't. Some of you reading this feel unqualified. But remember, God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Moses stuttered. David was overlooked. Gideon was afraid. Esther was an orphan. Peter failed. Paul was a persecutor. But God used them all. And He will use you because He sees not where you are, but where He's taking you. So now, rise up, stand firm, keep believing, because the door God has prepared just for you is near. And when it opens, it will be undeniably Him. And all the world will say, only God could have done this. God isn't finished. Not with your story, not with your calling, and certainly not with the doors He's prepared just for you. And as He brings you to the threshold, there's one final truth to carry in your heart. This journey has never been about your perfection. It's always been about your surrender. David was forgotten in the fields. Esther was an orphan. Peter was impulsive and inconsistent. Yet God opened doors for each of them that no man could shut. It wasn't about their credentials. It was about their surrender. So stop obsessing over your weaknesses and start focusing on His strength, because His power is made perfect in your weakness. And if God picked you, who can disqualify you? You don't have to knock on every door in desperation when you walk with the one who holds the master key. Revelation 3:7 says, what He opens, no one can shut, and what He shuts, no one can open. That means you can stop striving, stop begging, stop running from place to place trying to find favor, because favor has already found you. Instead, stand firm, stand faithful, stand focused. When God opens your door, not even hell itself can stop it. The enemy may try to delay it, but he cannot deny it. And listen to this with your spirit. Some doors must stay closed, not to hurt you, but to protect you. Not every open door is from God. Some are traps in disguise. Some are distractions wearing the mask of opportunity. You need discernment, not just desire. You need prayer, not just popularity. Because yes, the devil can open doors too, but they lead to destruction. That's why your ears must be tuned to heaven, so that when a door appears, you don't walk through it in haste. You walk through it with wisdom. Because sometimes God's door won't even look like a door. It may look like a setback, a disappointment, a closed chapter. But buried in that pain is purpose. Hidden in that no is a greater yes. Joseph's prison was a doorway to the palace. Ruth's loss was a doorway to legacy. Jesus' cross was the doorway to resurrection. Don't judge the door by how it looks. Judge it by who is holding it. And if it's God, then trust it will lead you into your destiny. Child of God, your assignment is not to manage the timing or understand the method. Your assignment is to walk by faith. Keep your hands clean. Keep your heart pure. Keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the good shepherd. He knows where you belong. He leads you beside still waters. He restores your soul. Even when you walk through the valley, you are never alone, because the one who chose your doors is walking with you. He is Emmanuel, God with us, and He is the author of your story. So let me ask you this. What are you still holding on to that God already settled? What fear are you feeding that heaven never sent? Lay it down. Lay down the weight, the worry, the what ifs, the fear of missing it, the pressure to prove yourself. Lay it all at the feet of the one who chose your doors before your first breath. You are not here by accident. You are not wandering aimlessly. You are not forgotten in the waiting. The very breath in your lungs is proof that God is not finished with you. Let today be your turning point. Step out of the hallway of anxiety and into the hallway of faith. Draw your line in the sand. Stop chasing man's approval. Stop mourning doors that were never yours. Start praising the God who already ordered your steps. For every tear, he saw it. For every prayer, he heard it. And he's not just preparing the blessing, he's preparing you to carry it. Because some doors don't just lead you somewhere, they lead you into who you were always meant to become. So I dare you, trust him fully. Trust him in the silence. Trust him in the storm. Even when you can't trace him, trust that he's there. Faith isn't a feeling. Faith is a choice, and that choice will shape your future. You will rise, not because of your talent, not because of your strength, but because of his hand. The same hand that carved the mountains, calmed the seas, and raised the dead, that hand is guiding you now. He's not just unlocking any door, he's unlocking the door you need, not just the one you want. So rise up, wipe your tears, square your shoulders, lift your head. This is not the end, it's the beginning. The doors of fear are closing, the doors of destiny are opening. Step into them with courage, walk through them with confidence, and don't look back because God already chose your doors. He already mapped the journey, he already paved the road. Your only task now? Walk it boldly, walk it joyfully, walk it in faith. Go now, not in fear, but in fire. Let the world watch what happens when a soul stops worrying and starts trusting. Let your life become a testimony, a living altar, a blazing light to the darkness that declares, my God is faithful, my God is able, and my doors are already chosen. You've waited, you've prayed, you've trusted. Now it's time to stop questioning, stop doubting, stop delaying. Walk boldly, walk with fire, because your doors are already chosen. The journey is mapped, and your time is now. So go forward, not in fear, but in faith. And let the world see what God can do with a soul who finally stops worrying and starts trusting.